Daughter in the city, rushing to me. Down upstream, are you with me? Round up, rainbow, daughter in the city, rushing to me. Down upstream, are you with me? Feel it.
Introducing xCredit LP staking from industry-leading RWA loan collateralization platform Credifi. Earn 10% cashback in USDT after 90 days, with more rewards coming soon for xCredit holders. Visit v2.credifi.finance today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy here. We are live. Let me do a quick sound check. Ladies and gentlemen, can hear me? Can see me, but cannot touch me. Can I get the confirmation? I know there is a lag of a few seconds. Meanwhile, let's go into the charts. And as usual, let's start with the breadth charts here. What do we see here? We see strength kicking in altcoins, if you believe it or not. A lot of altcoins reclaimed their 50 MA in the last few days. As we speak, 80% is trading above the 50 MA on a daily. And we are talking here about the Binance USDT pairs, which is actually a good sign, but we don't feel it as such. And then we have the 200 MA. What do you notice here? Tell me, what do you notice here? Again, to explain what this is this is a typical breadth chart, and this is a guarantee that you will not find this breadth chart in this form and shape ever in the crypto space. This represents the amount of Binance USDT pairs that are trading above the 200 MA. We are talking about altcoins trading above their MA, 200 MA. We're talking about USDT pairs specifically. What do we see here? Huge uptick. Look how low it was here. This was crisis. This is not really crisis anymore. There are a lot of opportunities. This represents the 200 MA. So all altcoins, all the Binance USDT pairs trading above the 20 MA. What's the number right now? It's 87-ish percent, 80%. This is actually a good thing, generally speaking. By the way, those who just joined me, Jimmy here, God bless. Happy that you guys are here. This is a live video, no editing, no bullshitting, nothing, just me coming to you very raw as I can. This is me. You can find this breadth chart on a website. Just go to theburpnest.com. You can find it here. And by the way, you can find also a lot of other amazing stuff, a crypto screener, crypto heat map. We do provide different services. Some of them, they come with a price. Some of them are for free if you sign up with one of these exchanges. For example, Bybit, Binance, Apex, and BitGet. So Bybit, Binance, BitGet, of course, centralized exchanges. I don't have anything per se against centralized exchanges. Apex is the only centralized exchange we support. You trade on one of them, you will get free access to calls only for 1 month at least. Okay, um, let's talk about the charts and let's see what's happening here and what happened yesterday. Who has seen my Bitcoin report from yesterday? I shared a few things, and now we get to we need to understand one thing. I see a lot of people being in euphoria. Hey, Bitcoin touched all-time high. This is a good thing, by the way. But the most important piece of a price action or of the candle is the close. Yesterday, we had the highest candle close ever in Bitcoin history. If we're going to close like this will be the highest candle close. The candle close is the most important piece of information. Why? It's because that candle contains basically all the decisions, all the emotions, all the consensus of that day. We have seen this big, long, relative long wick, not bigger than a body, but still a long wick. And a lot of people, they get scared because of that wick and basically neglecting that. This is, by the way, context. Neglecting that this was the highest all-time high we ever had in Bitcoin history, and this might be the next one. Why? And again, I'm going to explain my thesis from yesterday. I was that my thesis was we're going to go up. Very simple trick. Who knows Wells Wilder? I want to see hands. Who knows Wells Wilder? Who knows him? I guess not so many of you, I'm afraid. Who knows the ATR tool? Or the RSI? Wells Wilder is one of the OGs who came up with a lot of technical indicators and oscillators. They're now being used by hedge funds, by traders, by retail traders in some form of shape because of his work. We see this beautiful, what do we see here? A downtrend in the RSI. And this is a trick you can apply on many things, by the way. And you see a breakout here. This is a legit RSI breakout here. In my book, in my system, it is the RSI breakout before the price breakout. And this is a little bit of education. Why? Because the momentum, the sentiment shifts first and then price follows. I don't per se see really a strong bearish divergence at the moment. I would be a little bit cautious if I would see bearish divergence on the daily or the 1 week. These bearish divergences can easily be quickly how do you say that? Invalidated. So in this situation, as long as you see the RSI rising to the upside and it broke this trend line, I wouldn't worry too much about a potential bearish divergence playing out. 42 bars for the divergence. It's a little bit, a lot of candles for a bearish divergence on the 4 hour. Let's see what the 12 hour is telling us. As long as it is rising, there's no issue, I believe. So it's the RSI breakout first and then the price breakout. The RSI, what it actually does, it actually smooths out kind of the price action and gives us an understanding of the rate of change, like the rate of change in price. Very easy, very simple. What's the next target? I really believe this level would be the next target. Why? Very simple. This is an ascending wedge. You could use like the this distance and this distance and then add it on top of here. I rather prefer to on the fib extension, which brings us here around 97k. So I believe 97k is the next level for Bitcoin, and hopefully we're gonna stay there for a while. I shared this chart yesterday, but I'm not going to shy away to share this again with you. This is my high time frame thesis on Bitcoin. And I want you to remind you, but also to remind myself. When I do these shows, really believe it or not, I'm reminding myself. And it's also my intention first to remind myself and then you. is you do not want to change your high time frame thesis every week or so, because a lot of things need to happen for me to adjust my high time frame thesis. This, if you measure this as in business cycle, like the secular trend, it's a very strong uptrend. Again, after each halving, we had the consolidation of 160, 180-ish days, and then we see a breakout, as we have seen here, but also here. And this was the most recent breakout post halving. So there was a post halving consolidation of 180 days. Look here, and look here, and then here. Now we are here. So if you compare this with the price action that happened here, we are basically here, really, when it comes to Bitcoin. We are here, and Bitcoin is making really good moves, but yet not so many people are that excited and happy. One of the better decisions I have made personally, and I've shared this multiple times in on Discord, I'm pretty heavy in Bitcoin, and Bitcoin represents the lion's share of my portfolio, and then Ethereum, and then altcoins, and then stables. I should say Ethereum, then stables. Sorry, I said it wrong. Bitcoin, altcoins, use Ethereum, stables in that specific order. Because the institutional buying appetite is really strong, and it's not something you want to fade. And also, my thesis always has been, let me go to this chart or this website. This is a public website. Just check it out. Here, this is the website. If you don't believe me, go to this website. Here you can see the amount of Bitcoins that are now in the hands of publicly traded companies, private companies, ETFs, and countries. So as we speak, 2.7 million Bitcoins are now in the hands of the ETFs, the private companies, the publicly traded companies, and even countries. 3 million Bitcoins are actually lost. The total supply of Bitcoin, we all know this, is 21 million. But ever don't make that mistake that all these 21 million Bitcoins are alive. The 1.1 million Bitcoins of Satoshi probably locked forever. There are a lot of people lost the seed phrase. They cannot access their Bitcoin anymore. According studies, 2, maybe even up to 3 million Bitcoins are lost. I mean, completely lost. So from the 2.7 million Bitcoins accumulated by institutions and companies, all of them are actually also kind of locked. And it actually represents 15 or even 16% of the total supply. The total supply minus the dead Bitcoins. So I do not believe that we're going to see that these Bitcoins are going to rotate into altcoins in the same form of shape we have seen in the previous cycles. I've been sharing this like a lot of times on Twitter, on Discord. This cycle is really different. This is primarily a dominant Bitcoin bull market. Those who bought all Bitcoin, I mean, lower or from the previous cycle, yes, they do have. I mean, retailers like people like you and me, we do have when we have Bitcoin, when we bought Bitcoin, we have relatively strong buying power. So our buying power parity is pretty high. And we could rotate from Bitcoin into altcoins, but these like institutional Bitcoins, they will never rotate into altcoins. Maybe some of these ETF buyers, they maybe rotate from Bitcoin into Ethereum. We are not seeing that shift as of yet, but like other Bitcoin, I mean other altcoins, never ever. These Bitcoins, and we're talking now about $256 billion. Never ever will they rotate into altcoins. So that makes this cycle a little bit different. Hence the reason why we're seeing that the Bitcoin dominance is really strong. This is, let me go to the 1 day without any oscillators to give you like a raw, clean version. This here represents what? This is the pure dominance, as in This measures the Bitcoin dominance against altcoins purely, meaning no Ethereum, but also no stables. And as we speak, it sits here at 73%. And this looks pretty strong. I've been asking the question, is it something you want to short or long? If you see it, like if you see a chart like this, and forget about it. You do not know that this is the Bitcoin dominance without stables or without Ethereum. Would you short or long this? Honestly, I don't have a really strong opinion. I see strength, I see whipsawing. There is still some form of indecision. And then we have here this Bitcoin dominance chart. This is like the regular Bitcoin dominance chart. Everyone can access this. And there are a few things I want to highlight. I might repeat myself, but really, this is my thesis, and I support my thesis to the fullest. I'm not going to change my thesis because something happens, on the intraday or even the 12 hour. My thesis has always been, and I've been sharing this for a long time, often after a Bitcoin halving event, and a Bitcoin halving event is here very important, we see a drop in the Bitcoin dominance 250 days post halving. We have seen it here, right? But we also have seen it here, and we might see it here as well. And we are actually in that end phase of that 250 days Bitcoin Bitcoin dominance post halving consolidation. This is, let's say, like 80 or 90%. What does it mean? I believe that somewhere in Q4, may if not in Q4, then maybe in Q1, probably early Q1, we're gonna see a drop in the Bitcoin dominance. Ideally, like the ideal situation is we also going to see some quantitative easing kicking in. The Fed, in the latest announcement, they announced, okay, we're going to do some rate cuts, and they haven't changed really their policy when it comes to quantitative tightening, because they're still pulling out $60 billion on a monthly basis, or they're actually pulling money out from the system. When you're on the risk on side, you want that the Fed, injects actually capital into the financial in the financial system, and that's not, that's not the case at the moment. Yes, rate cuts do maybe, in their own. It's a monetary policy, and they do add some kind of liquidity because borrowing money is cheaper and so forth and so on. It's to stimulate the economy. But the real injection, the real capital injection, comes from QE. And as of now, they haven't really changed their mind. They're still pulling money out of the system. So let me overlay here the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, and just focus on the Bitcoin dominance here. Kind of steady. And you see here the drop, and then here that strong move of Ethereum. You can especially see it here as well. Bitcoin dominance, and this was, by the way, the COVID crash. But here we have seen a good crash in the Bitcoin dominance, while Ethereum is making good moves against Bitcoin again. We see here this downtrend. I believe we're still on track. Ethereum, Bitcoin looks really ugly, but it's always that charts are looking ugly before they make a reversal. When was the last time that you thought yourself, wow, this is a very beautiful potential reversal pattern? It always looks ugly and disgusting. If we go to Bitcoin or Ethereum Bitcoin, by the way, if there are any chart requests, let me know. Happy to take them. Or questions. Like, there are like few things you could, use to think, okay, this could be an interesting level for oh wait, I know what's going on. Mm. Mm. Yep. We could see a further drop of Ethereum Bitcoin heading into this level here, which is a 618 Fibonacci retracement. Maybe even here. I know it's a big range, but such a thing can quickly happen. If Ethereum against Bitcoin does nothing, Bitcoin is still pumping. Look at the trajectory of this downside. The rate of price change, that's massive. That's massive. Something that is in a certain motion will keep it will keep in that same level of motion until it makes a reverse. So I believe that this level is this could be a reversal area for Ethereum against Bitcoin. Also, notice the RSI. Look how low it is. No real signs of reversal here yet, as of yet. And if we go to Ethereum against USDT, let me check another chart. Oh, damn it. I prepared something, but it is it's gone. A very simple trick, and that's this. Let me go to the 2-week. Normally, do not expect good things when the RSI is trading above below the 50 level. I mean, this is pretty positive. Okay, this here is pretty positive. This is, I would say, not that positive, but it was still hovering below it. It's now trading. So, generally speaking, you could say no. This is part of the if you would take like the average, it's still trading above the 50 level. This here is something to worry about. This here is something to worry about when the RSI is trading below the 50 level. It's now currently trading above the 50 level on the weekly. Not sure why the RSI is going. Oh yeah, there was a little lag. And then we have the MACD. MACD on the weekly. Look, this is not really a sign of real weakness, especially when price is trading above its 21 EMA. They're going to clean up my charts for you, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this looks interesting. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna delete the RSI, and then just this is the context. Okay, the context is a massive ascending triangle, breakout, retest, filled rectangle pattern, and look how beautiful. Look, this distance from the low to the high, from the high to the low. If you add it, it's pretty much textbook actually. This is beautiful, especially if you have studied the work of Bulowski, how determine targets from classical patterns. Well, here it is. This trend line is still intact, as in it's still forming macro higher lows. This is a low, this is a higher low, this is a higher low, this is also a higher low. Believe it or not, but this is still a higher low. But now we have the EMAs on the weekly. Again, this is the weekly chart. What I would love to see is something like this. What is this? Who can tell me what this is? Or I should do this. What do we see here on the EMAs? How would you call this? I know there is a little lag. So look what happened here. Ethereum was here trading above the 21 EMA, beautiful bull cross, and look how strong an uptrend we have seen here. Look, very strong uptrend. After that long macro range within ascending triangle. What do we see here? A very strong Ethereum move, crossed through the 12 level, crossed through the 21 level, a beautiful candle outside and above these two crucial EMAs. It's about to cross here as well. This is actually a very good sign, even if it is going to retest this level. I believe if something like this happens, I believe it's still okay. This is the weekly level. I believe Ethereum is still on track against USDT. I'm not worried actually a lot when it comes to Ethereum. I know it's the most hated chart, most hated coin for several reasons. Honestly, I do not like Ethereum a lot. A lot of high fees just to swap something. It costs you, $10, $20 to send something. It costs you a few dollars. It's kind of expensive. I rather prefer to do the swappings on other protocols, on other layer ones. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? Is this something that looks extremely bullish, bearish, or promising? Yeah, indeed, this is a golden cross. This is a golden cross. This is a beautiful MACD cross, which in isolation can be used as a what? As a trigger, really as an entry. There's nothing wrong about that as by using the MACD as a trigger, especially if you can read the context, especially when you see a MACD cross here while price reclaimed 21 EMA. That's a really good signal, I believe, on the weekly. And those signals they don't happen every week. I mean, the last time it happened, it was here in April. I'm sorry, I'm confused. In October 13th of 13th of October. So that looks not bad at all. Guys, do you want me to check some other charts, some chart requests? And yes, by the way, I think like Imran, he's totally right. Smash that like button, okay? It doesn't cost you anything. I'm doing this, guys, for you. I'm not gonna lie, I feel really light in my head. I had a very, very, very long day. It's dark outside. I live in the Netherlands, but it's 4:13, right? It's UTC +1. But if I look outside, it feels like it's 9 o'clock p.m. Very strange. Strange vibes here in the Netherlands, weather-wise. Bram, you're right. That was indeed your bull cross or golden cross. Okay. Let me check. This is a question from Frankie. Altcoin rally Q1. Yeah, so this is my thesis. Honestly, this is really my thesis. I see this massive ascending wedge. To just go back to the to this Bitcoin dominance chart. What do we see here? RSI still looks very strong. If this was an altcoin and someone told me, okay, this is the RSI of a specific altcoin I want to trade, does this looks bearish or bullish? Man, looks the momentum is bullish. Look the higher lows here on the RSI. That's really that's a form of strength. And now in isolation, okay, guys, in isolation, look at this. Look at this this rising wedge. What kind of thesis do you get from this rising wedge in isolation? In isolation, okay? In isolation. What does the rising wedge telling you? The rising wedge is telling you, okay, a potential reversal might happen, but every continuation pattern could be a reversal pattern and the other way around. If you see the rising wedge in this shape, trying to break out, this could be your running wedge. So it's the rising wedge that gives you a bearish thesis, and yet it goes up, which is not very good for altcoins. So this could this could easily go up to 62%. And this is, by the way, the real, like the normal dominance, stables, and all the other stuff included. I rather prefer to fully focus on the where is it here? This is the weekly, and this is without stables. I believe this is this gives you like a cleaner picture of the Bitcoin dominance. This gives you a cleaner picture. So this is really like Bitcoin against all altcoins, including Ethereum. And this is without Ethereum. Look how strong it looks like. I mean, this is like really pure strength. I mean, I understand that there is this false notion, and this false notion of Bitcoin doesn't make you rich. Well, this year, most of the altcoins really suffered against Bitcoin. I mean, most altcoins underperformed, unless you were in a few coins like Solana and a few others. But in generally speaking, there are just a few altcoins really outperformed Bitcoin. Someone asked me about cost. Yeah, cost. Okay. Cost, it's an interesting one. I longed this one with my private mentoring student. We longed cost here. The reason, very simple. This is there was a beautiful falling wedge into support with multiple bullish divergences on the RSI and on different oscillators. And we opened a long position. And maybe also a little lesson about trade management. Yeah. So this was your bullish divergence. This is a falling wedge, and this is your support level. We opened a long position together, aiming for this level here, for the real range high. This was the setup. Well, we closed it. But because looks here strong, I mean, if it can do a breakout, I mean, that would be fantastic. You see this thick line, that was the exit. This thick line here, because it couldn't breach this level. And then sometimes you need to make a decision when you're trading, especially when you really approach this as a trading trade thesis. If you're up around 66% and you're here, this is a really good level to take profit or even to close your trades, because here there's always a risk when you're in a profitable position. You have a risk. You know what the risk is when you're in a profitable position? Your risk is to give up your money, unrealized profits back. That's your risk. Do not ever think that when you're in a profitable position, you don't have a risk. You do have a risk. So here the question was, are we going to keep our positions open and trying to have, to have like a higher R or 10% more, or are we going to close our position? And if it's going to good move, then we will react to it. And otherwise, profit is profit. So we decided to close that position here, not wait for this potential attempt, because we do not want to give up on 66% profit just to make 11% more profit. You see, like asymmetrically, it wasn't in balance. And then sometimes you need to close your position. Sometimes you have a plan, right? Like I'm gonna enter it here and I'm gonna close there. But if the market feeds you with information that actually invalidates your thesis, even if it is for a little bit, you need to adapt. It's simple as that. So for Kaspa, this is not really level I want to re-enter, honestly. But look, high time frame wise, this looks amazing. Look, this beautiful rectangle range pattern that comes from an upside. And again, rectangle that comes from an upside more often than not is what? It's a continuation pattern. So if this continues, there are a few things you could do. Just use the RS, the FIB extension. This here could be your next level here. Okay, based on Fibonacci extension, or just measure the low from the high, and it on top of here, a little bit higher than the Fib extension. But you get my point, right? It's a big range, but anything between 30 and 37 cent, that's a really potential target for Kaspa. Kaspa, I mean, it's one of the fewer coins that really did well against Bitcoin. I need more price history. No, cost BTC. Where was it? Where do we have the most? Okay, let me check. This is Kaspa. It's 23, 24, yearly open. Even Kaspa really underperformed against Bitcoin. It's basically at support here. Oh, that's a really interesting finding. But Kaspa honestly doesn't really look that bad. Also, how far away is it from its 52 or like its all-time high? 30%. Really nothing wrong with Kaspa. By the way, not sure if I asked you already to do so, but hit that like button. If you want to make me happy, hit that like button. And if you don't mind, I'm gonna take a chewing gum. Really dry mouth. Then we have XTZ. USDT. Look, I'm a big fan of these W patterns, like macro W patterns. Like a W pattern, you could see it as a continuation pattern in some occasions, especially when you see it. I'm gonna maybe I give you guys an example later. By the way, if we have like some of you guys from the Discord here, and you want me to go through the Publicator Pro scalping system, let me know, and I will do so. So what do we see here? Resistance, a very beautiful, massive W pattern. This is like a macro W pattern. Whoa, that's a strong move from the RSI. Yeah, I mean, if this can reclaim this gray area here, even though this looks a little bit overly extended, but this looks very strong. Normally I wouldn't play this. Really, I'm not really into like Dino coins. If I were in Dino coins, it would be probably XRP or sorry, or Link or yeah. Honestly, I'm not really holding any of these Dino coins. Yeah. So if we're gonna see like a reclaim here, well, this one could fly towards $3 or something like that. But again, I mean, how big is Tezos, right? Like if you go to crypto or for a coin market cap, XTZ ranked number 73 coin market cap with a market cap of 1.11 billion. You need a lot of money to push this. Not sure how thin the order books are, but I wouldn't be very interested in XTZ. Render. Just to circle back to my question, any people? Do we have a few people live from the Discord community having questions about Burbicator Pro? Um, I really not like to use like the crypto, like the trading view crypto chart. You cannot use like volume. So anyway, if you guys have like a chart request, also let me know. You know which exchange or which exchange has the most price history. Yeah, this is render. I think we talked about this a while ago, or maybe not even a while ago, quite recently, actually. Yeah, this is beautiful. You know what you're seeing here. I missed this move, honestly. Um, if you have missed this move, then I missed this move. Uh, and I didn't really have render on the radar, but two things I want to touch on. Look, this is a strong downtrend, okay, here, but this here, this is not a downtrend anymore. This is just like accumulation. You when you go to other charts, you see something similar, like Arbitrum. Um, this is your downtrend. This is not the downtrend anymore. Also, wormhole. Um, this was your downtrend. This is not the downtrend anymore. So that range, what it actually is saying is I'm not confirming the downtrend anymore. Render it was right. Sorry guys, I forgot which exchange it was. Oh, here, Binance. So yeah, oh ships. This looks really amazing. Look, if Bitcoin is going to do something crazy and price retraces back, towards this level here, that would be like a interesting reload zone for render. I'm not really into render. I don't have any back. I don't know anything about render, to be honest. Don't get deceived by the RSI when things are, especially in the so-called overbought zone. It's where the most of the magic happens, basically. On the weekly, it's really not in that area yet. It's giving us this bearish divergence, so perhaps it could go. Kind of set here an alert. If I'm getting alert, I might share a trade setup on Discord community with technical explanation, entries, exits, stop loss, and the trade management that comes with it. Let me check. Okay, by the way, who has hit the like button? Who hasn't hit that like button? If you haven't hit that like button, I want to have a word with you. What was KDA again? KDA security info. Okay. Anyways, the same thing. Who can recall what I said? This is your downtrend. This here is not a downtrend anymore. This here does not confirm this here. Context, ladies and gentlemen. We don't like ranges. Why? Why don't we like ranges if we cannot trade ranges? I don't want to hear, well, it's because I cannot, I don't have an edge, cannot make money. Why we actually don't like ranges is it's not only the duration, but also the indecision, the uncertainty. We don't like uncertainty. We don't have actually big problems with duration. We don't like uncertainty. When will it break out? How long will it stay there? Well, it gives you your glimpse. Look, beautiful bearish retest, and here as well, a classic, beautiful. I would say that it looks very organic, this KDA chart. Here it's trying. What do you see here? What do you notice here? Locally, what do you notice here? Very simple. Higher high, higher low structure. If this was if this was a low, and this is the low, this is the low, this is the low, this here is basically the next higher low. It looks good. Let me check. Who asked me about KDA? Who was it again? Oh yeah, here. Let me. Oh, by the way, guys, shame on me. Shame on me. Sorry, but have I told you that we are going to organize a very big trading crypto event? We have lined up speakers. I mean, big speakers, people with a CMT background, great projects. Also, some CEOs and C-level people from big exchanges. We have Christopher. We have CRG. We have Jake. We have Karuj. We have Trader Dank. We have Axel. Um, and the entire purpose, we're gonna spoil everyone, and this trading event is for free. You don't gonna pay anything. The only thing you need to do is just click on this button. It will bring you to this website. You join the waiting list, and that's it. Just check then your inbox, and that's it. It's the only thing you need to do. Just join the waiting list. We don't need your credit card details, nothing. You only need a email address, and you need Discord, because all the magic will happen on Discord. And on Discord is where we discuss things, where we discuss trade setups, what the things that are going on. We talk about trading psychology. I'm a trading psychologist and an NLP master coach. I like what I'm doing. I like to work on people's mindset. We have a lot of swing trades going on here. Always when we do a swing trade, it comes with a technical explanation. It comes with trade management. For example, here we entered, for example, Mother, and here I shared my thesis why I'm doing so. And as the price is going up, I'm actively monitoring things, and as my colleagues, we give updates in real lifetime with our TPs and what we're doing. Sometimes the market is stopping us out, and that's the beauty of the burpness. Our mantra, our motto has always been: we lose small, or we win big or small. You cannot really control your wins. So we either win big or win small, sometimes break even, and we always lose small. And that should be your mental framework also when it comes to trading. Here we have DI, which did already like a 40% quite recently. Ethereum, ACT. So I would say join, hit that, join the waiting list, and you will get immediately free access to the Discord until the end of our event. To come back to okay, this looks this looks really good. If it can hold here, I assume the next level would be somewhere around 88 cents. This looks really good. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe even one of the better charts I've seen today during this live stream. Quick, Alice. Yeah, that's I this is kind of chaotic price action. I don't have really strong opinion in Alice. I mean, I can overlay here the Biblicator Pro. Look how quick it's still in the range basically. Bullish and then bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. It recently flipped. It's still kind of bullish on, and if it breaches 1.12, it might give like a bear signal. I don't see any really strong momentum really kicking into Alice at first glance. We can go to the 1-day chart. No, I sorry, I don't see any special thing on. It's still in the consolidation phase. That's basically what it is with these long wicks. Uh, okay, quickly red. Oh, by the way, in Discord, I also shared the gem. Actually, two. Well, actually, one meme. I don't really consider a meme as gem. But still, we like to play memes. And a real gem, like a real DeFi gem. And again, the way to access it is join the waiting list, and you will get free access to our Discord community. Normally, it's $99 at least monthly, but only this month until the end of our trading event, it's free of charge. You know what I don't like of this chart? I mean, the long wicks, basically, mainly because of liquidity. Yeah, 67 volume, 500,000 Coinbase. Okay, let's go back to the chart. What I'm seeing here, well, not much. I mean, it's still fighting here with this resistance level. How far is the way from year to date yearly high? 187. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like normally, like, things when they make these long wicks, I find them very difficult to trade. Look, if you really want to accumulate here, this is your accumulation zone. For a breakout, if this is going to make a breakout, it will be a very crazy breakout. Look, the volume here. Like normally, when you see a breakout, you want to see an increased volume. This was kind of interesting, but not really did its trick. This as well. Well, this is definitely not a place where I want to take a long, as I consider these long wicks as a rejection. This is actually a rejection. This was an aggressive rejection. Rejection. Like the longer the wick, the more aggressive the rejection was. And they go both ways, right? So if you see a candle and its lower wick is really long, it means the rejection there on that side was really aggressive. So I would be a little bit careful with red. That's my opinion, based on what I'm seeing here. Okay, guys, I have like, oh shoot, I have a call in a few minutes, so I'm gonna just quickly do two. Fenry. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm doing this for you. I'm not gonna lie. Today I'm kind of depleted. So if you don't mind, hit that like button. Hit that like button, or at least say thank you. If you are not in the mood to hit that like button. Look at that uptick here in volume. Interesting. It's interesting as well as that could be like your local flip needs to stay here above. Beautiful V-shape reaction from November low, and then here. I like what I'm seeing here, but if it can continue, Where do you want to take profit? Uh, Probably I would aim for here actually. If you go quickly to the Burbicator Pro, um, so this would be like your high end target, or maybe even here. What I like here, this is like the daily chart. Look, the confirmation it gets from the Burbicator Pro here, since this V-shape-ish pattern. Yeah, I don't think Fenrir looks really that bad. I'm gonna add an alert for myself here. And then Paul. Wait, there was another chart where I already had some drawings. Where was it again? Yeah, here it was. I know there was something going on with Paul. With they rejected the merger eventually. So eventually initially they agreed, and was a lockup very unfavorable. People were mad. God thank Paul AI listened to the community. They declined the offer, and here it is. I think technology wise, this is a pretty good AI coin. Also with Nvidia earning reports. Yeah, I mean that was also the narrative last time. Nvidia earning reports, AI coins will do well. It didn't really play out well. Price action is king. Um, but this here, let me go to the what do we see here? Nice rounding bottom or pattern. Um, so this could be like the next higher low before it continues. But it definitely needs to take out this local resistance level. Oh, sorry for doing this. Yeah, if it can create like this rounding bottom here as well, then you have like this rounding bottom, higher low, higher low. If it can break out, it might go back before the FUD started here. I mean, this is what trust comes. There's a saying in Dutch. Probably there's a similar one in your own language. Trust comes walking, and it runs. If it has been breached, it will walk away, right? Or it will run away. Um, Look, the rate of price change here. This is massive. So it normally takes time before it can recover. This is what I'm seeing here. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. I'm tired. Not gonna lie. Um, let's do a other live stream next time. I enjoyed this show. Bitcoin is doing well. Altcoins, they will catch up sooner or later. You guys know my time frame by now. Um, Look how strong this looks like. This is not something you want to short. If you have bitcoins, you have done amazing thing. If you don't have and you're fully in altcoins, well, I would say hopefully this will reverse, go to the downside, and hope you guys also have learned from that mistake, and also not believing what everyone is saying on X, on Twitter, especially that false notion altcoins don't make you rich, or it's just stupid. Actually, it would have made you rich if you have converted all your altcoins into Bitcoin. Even I haven't done that, honestly. I'm very heavy in Bitcoin and then altcoins and then Ethereum and stables. But you guys got my point, right? Sometimes you need to know how to rotate, and now the institutional buying appetite is extremely, extremely, extremely strong. 2.7 million bitcoins accumulated by companies, by ETF holders. I mean, that's a huge number. And we all know what the trend is for when it comes to this. We're going to see more Bitcoin flowing into the hands of institutions and countries and ETF holders, or buyers, I should say. Okay, guys, hit that like button if you haven't done already. You want to sign up. You want to sign up not tomorrow but today. You want to sign up today and not tomorrow. For what? For our trading event. It's free of charge. It's going to be I'm going to promise you a lot of workshops with the energized team, a lot of really cool speakers. Like this lineup is out of this world. And expect a lot of alpha, a lot of calls, a lot of insights. The only thing you need to do, just join and have fun. You don't need to pay anything. Everything is on us. Hit that like button. If you don't want, at least say thank you. Almost nobody has said thank you, only a few of you. And see you guys in this